So I go over to this monument, cenotaph, and he's standing there jizzing in my face, and everyone was there. Managed to get to the G-spot for a good 30 seconds at the end, and she's had cyber sex with mental health professionals. And similarly, if you can do that, you can also spend time with the dead. Her mother's arms around her. So we're in a bistro place, and there's two girls at the next table playing with each other, which inspires us to do it. Right there on the dining chair, rock and roll, honing other pleasure spots. When the G-spot is activated, it's like a little tongue. Managed to do one of the rivals with him watching, him doing her, her doing me, him doing me, and round again, ending up on the F-spot with no alcohol. Someone left a pumpkin carved on my route with a stake through it and a sticking plaster attached. Okay, so the whole of Chelsea watching as we move from the C spot to the G spot, pressing our chests together, exploring with our hands. Not somewhere we ought to be going out here in the stables. 5 minutes on the G spot without a sheet. There was some porn on TV and an article from Dev about raunchy musicians. I landed with the porn, feeling depraved and funky, incurably wanton. I was brought up that way. Nobody mentioned marriage or babies. It was all about pleasure, hedonism, sex, drugs and rock and roll was the norm, overcoming threats of assault. A man watching his girlfriend have sex with another man, have a fantasy about someone you can't stand. I wasn't directly on the C spot, but it was being pulled. So maybe E spot. I did flare for a while and finish with a friend, and then the tutu right at the end. Bit of a round trip. Streaking protest for the disabled. How about a space hopper? Mucked up in the head, I'm with the psychopaths. I feel like a dog's toy. There was a relative watching, shouting encouragement, and a glimpse of Lee at one point. Yes, get in the dirty little hole, said the relative. And there's the G spot, C spot, D spot, E, F. There were two guys trying to pull me out of a swamp, and I had to go where I'd be safe from the swamp. With all the harpies jeering, I needed to save my life, so I sang for all I was worth. G spot, 17 minutes. The song of my homeland. I've heard all my life the strumming timbre of guitars, the resonance within. Made it to the G spot in plenty of time, quite atomic and not just theoretical. The implosion of a black hole, billions of light years away, is what the title's about. Maybe it's like a butterfly is a magical thing, but if I said, okay, now I want to manifest a butterfly, I'd be spoiling the surprise. I'm haunted by the angel of my mother. Okay, well that was quite fast with a double dildo and a friend helping out. Yous were all watching. It was my parents' house and somebody walked in to see what all the noise was about, ending at the G spot. I'm experiencing a zombie apocalypse. Social services are referring their care clients to whatever groups they can find. Churches, social groups, support groups, so the attendees are being faced with very seriously ill peers. Might have to retreat onto the internet to escape this dystopia. I needed some help from friends. I think I was hammering at the end, I can't remember. We'd got off the plane and not watched. Took a detour via Texas. People have orgasmed while being abused, doesn't make it okay. Of course, we all do black magic to an extent when we gossip and cuss or make cartoons. It's a miracle at my age to move away from the clit and be a player. And I didn't steer it at all this time. It's like a roulette wheel. I truly did not know where it would stop. And there were a few things going on. And I'm grateful for it in the face of so much abuse. No disabled person is privileged. They have signs and wonders stolen from them. the raging hormones jackhammering where the G-spot crunches. And lady, if you feel his penis is the wrong size, try putting in a tampon